Okay, here we are outside 858 East 250th Street in Euclid. So we begin the walkthrough. I'm going to head up. The first thing you'll notice is there's some concrete. This was done earlier this year. So the walk is brand new. The stoop is in good shape. The exterior of the home overall is in really good shape. Just some items which are typical for a home this age, like the chimney can use some mortar and concrete repairs at the top. You'll see that noted in the report. Look at the newer vinyl replacement windows. Come along this side of the house here. And head to the backyard. You'll notice here there's some minor former settling cracks. These aren't overly problematic. This wall here does have a bit of a structural crack, which you'll see when I do the basement part of the video. Some newer PVC downspout tie-ins, which is good. That's a nice improvement. And a shot at the back of the home. The roof's an older 3-tab shingle. I'd guess it's probably 20 to 25 years old, but it's in good shape. It was nicely installed. There's only one layer, nice metal drip edge, and you'll see the darker streaks that are noticeable. It's just an algae which can be cleaned off, but the granules are in good shape, which is what matters most. And if I could kind of zoom in here, this is one thing that you'll want to keep your eye on. This is the plumbing stack. You see they've really just caked it with roofing tar. So at some point in time that was leaking, and that's only really a temporary repair. But the roof should have at least 5 years, if not closer to eight years or so. Quick look here. There's been some new concrete poured on the driveway, and a nice catch basin improvement here in front of the garage. The garage is in solid shape. There's no electricity to it. That will be noted. There is a minor repair that's needed at the front seam of the roof. You'll see that in the report. Come along to the back here. Get a look at the vinyl siding. You'll see some of the concrete blocks here on the garage have shifted. I don't think it's anything to be overly concerned with at this point. It's a detached garage. You can see this block here and on this side. Probably happened years ago. You can see the concrete here settled. But I don't think there's any structural issues at this time. It's a detached garage, so I would just recommend keeping your eye on it. If it continues to move, you might need to make some minor repairs. As I come up this side of the house, we'll see what is the most noteworthy item in the report. You can see here this concrete. It's not as new as the concrete I'm standing on, but the concrete in front of us here had been redone at some point. It's settled again and is again pitched towards the foundation wall, which sends surface moisture and water towards the foundation. And you can see, again, I'm not sure how clear it will show up on the video, but the wall is bowed inward, and as you'll see in the basement video, it is to the point where it's become a structural concern, and with the concrete here pitched this way, it's going to continue to send moisture excuse me, at the foundation wall. You can see the concrete is settled and this separation crack is open up again. So typically, it's an issue with the soil that's causing the concrete to settle towards that wall. But really, some bowing of a wall like that is acceptable, but this one is to the point where it has affected the framing above it. So qualified contractor should take a look at that. And I'll just quickly pan the side of the home here. Again, look at the windows. The basement windows are older metal awning windows. One has been replaced here, the glass block. All right, from here I'm going to head inside and film the rest of the video. Okay, I'm at the top of the basement steps, just off the kitchen, as we start the interior walkthrough. Heading down here, as you'll see in the report, the majority of the items, the most noteworthy items, are going to be down here in the basement. Just a quick pan. There's a large unfinished side, and then the opposite side of the basement is finished with some paneling as we go through. See a look here at the beam. Quick pan. There is a washer and dryer present. The furnace and water heater are both 2017, so that's good. They're nicely updated. It should have plenty of life. Just a quick pan here. And really, the most noteworthy item, I guess, is a good place to start. This wall in front of us here is the north elevation of the home, the driveway side of the home, which you know, we've discussed out there. So you can see the wall is significantly bowed. I'm not sure how well it will show up on the video here, but you know, some bowing due to hydrostatic or water pressure, as this is the case here, is acceptable to some limits. The one thing that I don't really like about it is if we look up here, and if you see in this area here, this wood 2x4 is called the sill plate, and that's where that wall of the house bears on. You see it's no longer resting on top of the block as it should be. There's some concrete repairs here that have been done recently to kind of fill it. So really, you know, this wall is going to be marked defective in the report, and I'll recommend repairs to it, further evaluation. You can see a stair step crack here, and how the block's been affected right at the main steel carrying beam of the house. We come, you see it from this side too. If I put my light down, you can see this 2x4 that's been put up against it for the paneling there's a large gap at the base here, and it's starting to bow. The wall's moved that much, and you can see this block here is pushed in and cracked at the top. So that is a concern that should be addressed. Some other issues of note on this side of the home. This is the water main here, and you can see the piping above here is galvanized steel, which over time it corrodes from the inside out and can reduce the water pressure inside the home. I didn't notice any issues with the water pressure, so there's no immediate need to replace that. And there isn't a lot of it. The majority of the piping in the home is copper, which is good. But you see there's just some small sections over here by the laundry area. And then this fitting here is copper and galvanized, which really shouldn't happen. It should, anytime you attach two dissimilar metals to each other, it's going to begin to corrode. So that will be noted. And then in front of us here too, you could kind of see this. This is a structural movement crack as well. Not nearly as serious as the other crack there, but just something to note. So while we're here, you can see, I believe it should show up on the video there. The light will probably help. The base here, that's mold, and you can see it kind of extends around the base of the wood paneling here, all throughout this section, for the majority of it. So again, this is the basement here, the finished section. You can see the majority of the ceiling tiles have been removed, but some does remain. You can see it over here, and the section right in front of us hanging down. That is asbestos ceiling tile. And due to the damaged condition, the best thing to do with it would be to remove it. You can see there's another section here hanging down. And just a quick pan. There's been some nice plumbing updates. You can see the main plumbing stack here has been replaced. At one point in time that was cast iron. And of course there's the gas meter, which is newer. And just a quick look at the electrical panel. There's a minor wiring issue inside there. And of course, you can see above here we have some knob and tube wiring, which again, you should be familiar with. Nearly every home built in this era in the city of Euclid has at least some knob and tube left. So I'm going to shut this down and we're going to head upstairs to do the interior. Okay, we're just inside the front door of the home. You can see the stairwell up to the upper level. Pan of the living room. The windows on this floor, the majority of them are newer vinyl replacement windows, which are in good repair. And here, and as we come through, I'm going to head into the dining room here. This rear window here is an older steel framed window, and you can see the upper seals, actually the upper and lower seals have blown on them. So really, due to the condition of that window, it should be replaced. Step into the kitchen. There's a door to the rear lot. Quick pan, there is a refrigerator and range present. You do have ground fault protected outlets where they should be. Door in front of us goes down to the basement. We come into the front bedroom here. Good sized rooms in the home. The home's bathroom. And the rear bedroom. All right, come back through the living room and head upstairs. At the top of the stairs here, we still see an existing fuse box. Every time I come across these, they're not overly problematic per se, but it is an antiquated technology, so it really should be upgraded to the a breaker box style panel. So there's two rooms up here, each with a closet, so it could be treated as a bedroom. And this room here, this level of the home, I should say, has older original wood windows. They're in good repair, no immediate need to address them, but of course it won't be as efficient as a modern window. And then just the final room of the home. Quick pan, and again, the window across from us is also a wood frame. You can see a shot of the condition there. So that concludes the walkthrough. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.